careless way of tracing shapes on my arm. Absent-minded, not even looking, just while we talked. I never told you I noticed, never wanted you to stop. Some part of me was always waiting for your hand to do that again. Nobody does that without thinking anymore. The automatic, unconscious kind of touch, just because your hands know me better than most conversations did. Said things your mouth never quite managed to get out. I miss being touched like that, absent-minded and certain, not asking for anything, just staying close because it felt right. I flinch a little now when people touch my arm. Some reflex left over from missing a very specific hand. It's not fair to whoever's touching me now. I know that they're not you, they never asked to be compared to you. I'm trying to learn to flinch, trying to let new hands just be new hands, not measured against an old memory. Your hands know me better than most conversations did. Said things your mouth never quite managed to get out. I miss being touched like that, absent-minded and certain, not asking for anything, just staying close because it felt right. I catch myself tracing shapes on my own arm. Sometimes poor substitute doesn't feel the same, doesn't fool anyone, but it's something. Some small attempt at that comfort, proof that my body still remembers what it's missing. Maybe someday somebody else's hand will feel automatic too, not immediately, but eventually. The way trust builds slowly, I'm not rushing and not forcing anyone into your old shape, just staying open in case my skin learns a new hand someday. I used to think touch was just touch, interchangeable, simple. You taught me it carries a signature, a specific kind of language. I'm still fluent in yours, even though you're not here to speak it. Still translating every new touch back through what you taught me. Your hands know me better than most conversations did, and I don't think I fully found that again since you left. I miss being touched like that, absent-minded and certain, and I'm patient now, waiting to feel that certain again. I trace the shape on my own arm again tonight. Smaller comfort than yours, but comfort still. Light comes through the leaves in pieces, never whole, scattered across your face while you talk, moving slightly. I used to lose track of what you were saying sometimes, just watching the pattern shift every time the branches moved. Nothing about that afternoon was constant, was fixed, and somehow that made it feel more honest than anything solid. You were never one clear picture, always shifting light. Some days sharp, some days soft, never quite the same twice. I stopped trying to pin you down to just one version, learned to love the whole scattered pattern instead of one still frame. People ask me to describe you, and I always struggled. You weren't one thing long enough to summarize easily. Moody sometimes, brilliant other times, gentle in between. I gave up trying to flatten you into a simple sentence. I think that's what made loving you complicated, and to be fully known. You were never one clear picture, always shifting light. Some days sharp, some days soft, never quite the same twice. I stopped trying to pin you down to just one version. Learned to love the whole scattered pattern instead of one still frame. I sat under that same tree last month alone this time. Watched the light do the exact same shifting thing without you. It still felt beautiful, still felt worth sitting still for. Just different now, quieter, missing the face it used to fall across. Maybe that's what memory actually is, come to think of it. Not one clear photograph, but scattered light, always moving pieces of you I catch at different angles on different days. Never the whole picture, just enough to know you were real. I used to want certainty, wanted you to hold still and be one thing. Now I think the shifting was the whole point, the whole gift. Nothing that beautiful was ever meant to stay perfectly fixed. I'm grateful I got to see you in all that changing light at all. You were never one clear picture, always shifting light. And I've stopped needing you to be, even now, even in memory. I stopped trying to pin you down to just one version. I just let the pattern move exactly the way you always did. The leaves are still moving above me, still scattering light. I'm not looking for your face in it anymore, just watching it be beautiful. I saw a couple laughing at the table where we used to sit. Same corner, same window, different faces, same kind of light. I didn't feel jealous exactly, didn't feel angry either. Just soft, distant, like watching weather from indoors. It's not that I want it back, not really, not anymore. It's just strange to see a season keep happening without you in it. I get wistful sometimes, not sad exactly, just far away, thinking about a version of us that only exists in memory now. Not wishing it back, just visiting it quietly. The way you look at an old photograph, gentle, unhurried. Songs still do it, sometimes catch me off guard midday. Not painful, just a soft pull towards somewhere I used to be. I'll let myself go there for a minute, don't rush out of it. There's something almost peaceful and I'm missing something gently. I used to think moving on meant not feeling this anymore. Now I think it just means feeling it without it, knocking you over. I get wistful sometimes, not sad exactly, just far away, thinking about a version of us that only exists in memory now. Not wishing it back, just visiting it quietly. The way you look at an old photograph, gentle, unhurried. I hope you get wistful too, sometimes about the good parts. Not haunted, just gently reminded the way I am. I hope whatever you're building now is good and full, and that somewhere in it there's still a little room for missing what was. Maybe this is just what love becomes eventually. Not gone, not raw, just soft, just occasionally visited. A feeling that shows up uninvited, sometimes harmless now. More like weather than wound, more like memory than morning. I don't need it to hurt to prove that it mattered. I think I used to believe that I used to need the ache sharp, but wistful feels more honest now. More like what's actually left. Something soft, something true, something I don't have to fight. I get wistful sometimes, not sad exactly, just far away, thinking about a version of us that only exists in memory now. Not wishing it back, just visiting it quietly and letting myself leave again, a little lighter each time. The couple still laughing at that table. I smile, finish my coffee, and go on with my day. There's a tree in my parents' yard, split down the middle. Lightning got it years ago, left the inside completely empty. It's still standing though, still green in every spring somehow. Hollow all the way through, and still impossibly alive. I used to think hollow meant finished, meant dead already. That tree taught me something different, something more complicated. I felt hollowed out too, scraped clean by everything I lost. Still standing somehow, still pushing leaves out every year. Maybe empty isn't the opposite of living after all. Maybe you can lose the whole center and still somehow keep growing. People expect you to either heal completely or fall apart. Nobody talks about this third thing, this hollow standing state where you're not broken exactly, not fixed exactly either, just permanently changed shape, carrying an emptiness that stays a climb inside that tree sometimes. Actually, when no one's looking, sit in the hollow center and just exist there for a while. I felt hollowed out too, scraped clean by everything I lost. Still standing somehow, still pushing leaves out every year. Maybe empty isn't the opposite of living after all. Maybe you can lose the whole center and still somehow keep growing. The tree doesn't apologize for the hole lightning left behind, doesn't pretend his hole, doesn't hide the damage from anyone. It just keeps doing what trees do, season after season, hollow and alive, both true at exactly the same time. I'm trying to learn that from it, honestly, slowly, that I don't need to fill the hollow to be considered okay. I can carry the empty space and still show up, still grow, still be something worth looking at, even split down the middle. Maybe some losses just carve out permanent hollow spaces, not wounds that close, just rooms that stay empty forever after. And maybe that's survivable, maybe that's not even tragic, just a different shape of alive than the one I had before. I felt hollowed out too, scraped clean by everything I lost. Still standing somehow, still pushing leaves out every year. Maybe empty isn't the opposite of living after all. And maybe hollow and whole were never actually opposites at all. The tree's still there, still hollow, still somehow thriving. I visit it sometimes, just to remember that's possible. You never raised your voice, not even when you should have. Just got quieter, let the silence do the talking instead. I used to wish you'd yell, give me something to respond to. Instead I got low tones, I had to lean in to catch. I learned to read your face more than your words, because your words were always so carefully small. You love me in a murmur, barely above breathing. And I spent years straining just to hear if you meant it. I don't blame you for the quiet, I know where it came from. I just wish somebody had taught you it was safe to be loud. Your family was quiet too, I noticed that early. Everyone speaking like feelings were something to apologize for. I tried to make our house different, louder, safer, but old patterns don't change just because you want them to. I'm not angry anymore, just sad for both of us. Two people trying to laugh loud in a language built for whispering. You love me in a murmur, barely above breathing. And I spent years straining just to hear if you meant it. I don't blame you for the quiet, I know where it came from. I just wish somebody had taught you it was safe to be loud. I hear you sometimes still in memory, low and careful, saying something important in a voice built to be missed. I wish I caught more of it while I had the chance. Wish I'd asked you to say it again, louder, clearer. Maybe somewhere you've learned to speak up since then. Maybe someone else gets the volume I never did. I hope so, I really do. I hope you found your voice, even if I only ever got to hear it as a murmur. You love me in a murmur, and I loved you back the same way. Two quiet people failing to be heard by each other. I don't blame you for the quiet, I've made peace with that. I just hope wherever you are, someone's finally listening close enough. If you're speaking softly to someone else tonight, I hope this time somebody catches every word. You never talk flat, always some rise and fall in it. Like every sentence was halfway to being a song already. I used to just listen to the shape of your voice, sometimes missing what you actually said, caught up in how you said it. Other people's voices feel flat now in comparison, even when they're saying kind things, saying important things. There was music in the ordinary way you talk, some rhythm I didn't know I missed until it went quiet. I still hear it sometimes in memory, that particularized the specific way your voice would lift right before you laughed. You tell boring stories and somehow make them worth hearing, just from the way your words would bounce, unhurried, alive. I recorded one voicemail once, still have it saved somewhere. Haven't listened in months, scared of what hearing it might do. I played it once last winter just to check if it still hurt. It did, but differently, softer, more like missing than breaking. There was music in the ordinary way you talk, some rhythm I didn't know I missed until it went quiet. I still hear it sometimes in memory, that particularized the specific way your voice would lift right before you laughed. I catch myself talking with more rhythm now unconsciously, like some of your voice rubbed off on mine over the years. I don't know if that's grief or just what happens when you love someone specific sound long enough. Sometimes strangers have a little of it, that same lift, and I find myself staying in the conversation longer than I need to. Not because I think it's you, I know better than that, just because that particular music still pulls at something in me. I used to think voices were just for saying things functional. You taught me they could be their own whole language, their own song. I still miss the melody more than I miss more specific words. The tune outlasted the sentences somehow in my memory. There was music in the ordinary way you talked, and I don't think I'll ever stop hearing it in quiet moments. I still hear it sometimes in memory, that particular rise, and I let myself listen every time for as long as it lasts. I played the voicemail again tonight just for a second. Still there, still lifting, still exactly how I remember it. You had this way of standing in doorways, always somehow catching the good light without trying. I used to just watch you forget what I was doing, distracted by the way the afternoon chose you specifically. Some people photograph badly, need the right angle. You look good in every kind of light there was. Everything about that season felt gold tinted. Even the hard parts had some kind of glow to them. I know now that was just how it felt, loving you. Like even the ordinary hours came pre-lit, pre-blessed. I have pictures from then I still can't quite look at, not because they hurt, but because of how happy we look. Unposed, unaware, just caught in some warm afternoon, looking like nothing bad could ever reach us there. I didn't know to appreciate the light while I had it. Thought seasons like that just kept renewing themselves. Everything about that season felt gold tinted. Even the hard parts had some kind of glow to them. I know now that was just how it felt, loving you. Like even the ordinary hours came pre-lit, pre-blessed. Winter came eventually, the way it always does, and the light got harder to find and everything after. But I keep those pictures anyway, don't hide them away. Proof that a season like that actually happened, actually existed. Maybe I'll find that light again with someone else someday. Maybe some seasons just come back around eventually. Until then I'll keep the old pictures out where I can see them, not mourning, just remembering how good the light could be. Everything about that season felt gold tinted, and I'm grateful even now that I got to stand in it. I know now that was just how it felt, loving you. And some light, once you've seen it, never fully leaves your eyes. If I catch that same gold light again somewhere, I'll know exactly what it means this time. used to think I needed the noise to feel alive. Chase loud rooms, loud love, anything that filled the silence. Now I choose small, choose slow, choose empty afternoons. And for the first time it doesn't feel like I'm missing something. Everyone keeps asking when I'll go back out there. I keep saying maybe never, and meaning it more each day. I built a life nobody else would call exciting, and it's the first one that's ever actually felt like mine. I don't need the noise to prove that I'm living. I just need the small quiet room, and it's enough. I turned down invitations I would've jumped at once, not out of sadness, just out of finally knowing myself. I like my own cooking, my own bad jokes, my own pace. Turns out I make decent company once I stopped avoiding it. People used to say I get lonely living this way. I haven't yet, and it's been longer than they probably expected. I built a life nobody else would call exciting, and it's the first one that's ever actually felt like mine. I don't need the noise to prove that I'm living. I just need this small quiet room, and it's enough. Someday maybe I'll want the noise again. Who knows? I'm not promising this quiet forever, just for now. But right now it feels like coming up for air. After years of thinking underwater was the only way to live. Maybe this isn't hiding the way some people think it is. Maybe it's the first honest thing I've built in years. No performance, no proving, just me in the quiet. And quiet, it turns out, isn't empty at all. I built a life nobody else would call exciting, and I never once felt like I was missing out. I don't need the noise to prove that I'm living. I just needed the quiet to finally hear myself think. The room's still small, still quiet, still mine. And for once that's exactly enough. You had this habit of humming without noticing, some tune stuck in your head from years before I knew you. I never learned the name of it, never asked, just let it become the soundtrack of ordinary mornings. I catch myself doing it now, the same tune, even though I never learned the words, never knew the song. It lives in me now, this thing I never chose to keep, some melody that was never really mine to begin with. I'm doing dishes, driving, falling asleep, and every time for a second you're standing in the room again. I asked you once where you learned it, you just shrugged, said your mother used to hum it, didn't remember the rest. Now I'm the one carrying a tune with no clear origin, passed down through people who forgot where it started to. Maybe someday I'll hum it to somebody else without ever explaining why, the same way you never did. It lives in me now, this thing I never chose to keep, some melody that was never really mine to begin with. I hum it, doing dishes, driving, falling asleep, and every time for a second wasn't still wound too tight. Carry the whole day in my shoulders long after I'd left it. You put your hands there without asking, without a word, and somehow just the weight of you would start loosening the knot. I didn't know I was allowed to just stop, just release, until you kept showing me patient night after night. You taught my body how to let go of the day, one slow breath at a time. No rushing, no forcing it. I still have to remind myself how to do it alone now. Still hear your voice in my head saying, just breathe, just let it drop. You never asked me to explain what was wound so tight. Just worked at it quietly, methodically, without needing the story. I think that's what let me actually release it. Honestly, being cared for without having to perform the reason why. Some people need the whole explanation before they'll help. You just started helping, let the explaining come later. If ever you taught my body how to let go of the day, one slow breath at a time. No rushing, no forcing it. I still have to remind myself how to do it alone now. Still hear your voice in my head saying, just breathe, just let it drop. Hey, I run fast now, alone, something I never did before you. Hey, like candles, put music on, do all the things you used to do. For me, it's slower without your hands doing the actual work. But I'm learning finally how to loosen my own grip. Some nights it doesn't work, some nights the tension just stays, and I'll let that be okay too. Don't force the letting go, but most nights I can find at least a piece of what you taught me. Enough to sleep, enough to wake up a little less clenched. I used to think relaxing needed someone else's hands. You actually taught me it just needed permission, given by anyone, even myself. I'm still learning to give that permission on my own, but I know it's possible now, because you showed me it was. You taught my body how to let go of a day, and even without you here, that lesson somehow stayed. I still have to remind myself how to do it alone now, but I actually can, and that's because of you. I'm breathing slow right now, actually just like you taught me. One day at a time, unclenching a little more each night. You left the porch light on every single night, even the nights you were angry, even the nights we fought. I used to think it was just habit, just routine. Now I know it was a promise you never said out loud. No matter how bad the day got in between us, you never once let me come home to a dark house. You were the light left on for me, steady, unconditional, proof that no fight was big enough to lock the door for good. I didn't understand what I had until I moved somewhere that just goes dark at night, nobody keeping watch for my return. I've lived alone for a while now, turn my own lights off. Nobody waiting up, nobody leaving anything on for my sake. I don't blame anyone for that, it's just how being alone works. I just notice it more than I expected to, that missing small light. I drive past houses sometimes now, notice porch lights on, wonder about the people who leave them burning for someone else. You were the light left on for me, steady, unconditional, proof that no fight was big enough to lock the door for good. I didn't understand what I had until I moved somewhere exactly. Maybe just to feel less like nobody's expected. Maybe it's for future me coming home from somewhere hard. Maybe some part of me is still trying to be the light you were. I hope wherever you are, someone's doing that for you now, leaving something on, some small steady signal that says come home. You deserve that too, deserve someone keeping watch. Even after everything, I still mean that completely. I used to think love had to be loud to prove itself. You taught me it could just be a bulb left burning, patient, waiting, small and glamorous, easy to take completely for granted, until you're standing outside a dark house, missing it badly. You were the light left on for me, steady, unconditional, and I carry that lesson into how I try to love people now. I didn't understand what I had until I moved somewhere, and now I never let my own light go dark for the people I love. My porch light's on right now, actually it's been 4 hours. Old habit learned from you, still burning after all this time. You found me crying in the bathroom at that party. Didn't ask what was wrong, didn't make me explain right there. Just sat on the floor beside me, said nothing at all. Just let your shoulder be something I could lean into quietly. I expected questions, expected to have to perform being fine. Instead you just gave me permission to not be for a minute. You didn't try to fix it, didn't rush me back to smiling. Just sat in the mess with me until it felt smaller somehow. Sometimes the kindest thing anyone can do is nothing. Just presence, just quiet, just stay until the storm slows down. Most people get uncomfortable around someone falling apart. Rush to solutions, rush to make the crying stop quickly. Never did that, never treated my sadness like a problem to solve, just something to sit beside until it passed on its own. I didn't know that kind of patience existed in people until you showed me calm, unbothered, just simply there. You didn't try to fix it, didn't rush me back to smiling. Just sat in the mess with me until it felt smaller somehow. Sometimes the kindest thing anyone can do is nothing. Just presence, just quiet, just stay until the storm slows down, 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 down. I try to do that for other people now, and I can't resist the urge to fix, to explain, to rush them back to fine. Just sit there, just be quiet, just let them fall apart safely. Knowing someone's there is sometimes the whole entire point. Not everyone can receive that kind of quiet support. Some people need the fixing, need the talking, and that's fine too. But I learned from you that sometimes silence is the gift, that showing up empty-handed can still mean everything. I used to think comfort needed words, needed a plan, an answer. You told me it could just be a body sitting quietly nearby. No solutions, no timeline for when I should feel better. Just company, just patience, just staying until I was ready. You didn't try to fix it, didn't rush me back to smiling, and I've never forgotten how much that quiet meant to me. Sometimes the kindest thing anyone can do is nothing, and I try to give that gift now the same way you gave it to me. Someone cried in front of me last week. I just sat there, didn't say much, just stayed the way you taught me to. Nobody planted you, Nobody watered you on purpose, you just showed up in the crack of the sidewalk, thriving. I used to only trust things that were cultivated. You taught me the uncultivated ones survive the hardest. You never needed anyone's permission to bloom. Grew out in places nothing was supposed to grow. You didn't wait for good soil, good weather, good timing. You just grew anyway, stubborn, unbothered, free. I used to think love needed careful tending. You show me some love just grows because it wants to. Everyone else needed a plan, a schedule, a reason. You just existed loudly wherever you landed. I tried to cage that in a garden bed once and watched you wilt until I finally let you loose again. I learned my lesson, stop trying to plant you properly. Just let you grow wherever you decided to take root. You didn't wait for good soil, good weather, good timing. You just grew anyway, stubborn, unbothered, free. I used to think love needed careful tending. You show me some love just grows because it wants to. You're somewhere else now, growing in someone else's crack in the pavement. And I hope you're thriving there the way you did with me. I didn't own you then, I don't miss owning you now. I just miss watching something grow without asking why. Maybe not everything is meant to be kept in a garden. Maybe some things are only beautiful because they're free. I planted 100 careful flowers since you left. None of them grew half as wild, half as alive. You didn't wait for good soil, good weather, good timing. Somewhere you're probably still growing that way. I used to think love needed careful tending. Now I let everything just grow the way it wants to. If I see you blooming somewhere unexpected, I'll smile and keep walking, glad you're still wild. This was the longest day of the whole year, and somehow it still wasn't long enough with you. We stayed out until the sky finally gave up, squeezing every extra minute out of the light. I didn't know then that this was the turning point, that every day after would start getting shorter. We got the longest day and I didn't waste it, but I didn't know it was the last one of its kind. Everything after that started tilting toward the dark, slow at first, then all at once, the way endings do. I used to love that the days would stretch out longer. Now I dread the solstice, dread knowing what comes after. It's not really about the sunlight, I know that. It's about watching something good start its slow decline. You can't stop the earth from turning away from the sun, same as you can't stop love from finding its own. Till we got the longest day and I didn't waste it, but I didn't know it was the last one of its kind. Everything after that started tilting toward the dark, slow at first, then all at once, the way endings do. There's another one coming, another long day somewhere ahead with someone I haven't met yet. Maybe I hope I recognize it this time while it's happening. Hope I don't wait for the shortening to know what I had. Maybe every good thing has its own solstice, its own peak day before the natural tilt away. I'm not scared of that anymore, not the way I used as a gift with a shape and a season. Everything tilts eventually, that's not tragedy, that's just weather. I'm learning to love things, knowing exactly how they turn. The days are getting shorter again, right on schedule. And for once I'm not afraid of what that means. The last hug wasn't dramatic, wasn't even that long. Just a normal goodbye at an airport gate. Ordinary, neither of us knew it was the last one. How could we? We just did what we always did. Quick, easy, certain of more later. I've replayed it 100 times since, trying to make it longer, trying to add weight to something that felt completely weightless then. If I'd known, I would have held on differently. Counted seconds, memorized the exact pressure of your arms. Instead I just have an ordinary hug, stuck on repeat, trying so hard to feel special when it was never meant to be the last. People say you should hug like it's the last time, always. I used to think that was dramatic, unnecessary, too much. Now I understand exactly what they were trying to warn me about. Now every hug I give feels a little more deliberate than it used to. I hold on a beat longer with everyone now, just in case. Uncomfortable sometimes, but I'd rather be uncomfortable than sorry again. If I'd known, I would have held on differently. Counted seconds, memorized the exact pressure of your arms. Instead I just have an ordinary hug, stuck on repeat, trying so hard to feel special when it was never meant to be the last. I hug my parents longer now, my friends, anyone I love. They've noticed, asked if I'm okay, and I just say I am. I don't explain the real reason, don't need to make it heavy. I just quietly hold on a little longer than I used to. I think about all the future last hugs I don't know are coming, with people I haven't lost yet, people still here, still holding back. Maybe that's the real lesson hiding in all of this grief, that every ordinary embrace deserves a little more attention than I gave it before. I can't get that airport hug back, can't add the weight retroactively, but I can change how I hold on to everyone still in front of me. That's the only thing I can actually do with this regret. Turn it into presence instead of just letting it stay regret. If I'd known, I would have held on differently, but I didn't know, and that's just the nature of last time. So now I hold everyone like it might be, just in case, trying to turn one ordinary hug into a habit worth keeping. I hugged a friend goodbye today, held on a little longer. They didn't ask why, and I didn't need to explain. You always called right around when it came up, like you could feel it too from wherever you were. I walk outside just to watch it with you on speaker. Two different skies, somehow still the same moon. Distance never felt as far during those calls, like the moon was some kind of bridge between two cities. Even now I look up when the sky starts changing, half expecting my phone to ring like it used to. You're not calling anymore, haven't in a long while, but the moon still comes up right on time regardless. You said the moon was proof we were never really apart. Same light, different windows, still somehow together. I believed you completely, needed something to believe. Distance is easier when you give it a shared symbol. I don't know if you still look up like you used to. so constant. Maybe the moon was never really about you specifically. Maybe it was just the easiest thing to hang meaning on. Something steady when everything else kept changing. I don't need it to mean you anymore, but sometimes it still does. Even though I look up when the sky starts changing, I'm not really expecting my phone to ring anymore. But some nights quietly I still say something out loud, just in case wherever you are you're looking up to. The moon's rising again, right on schedule. I hope you still find comfort in that, wherever you are. Everyone else changes with the season, falls apart and winter blooms only when it's easy. You stay the same color through every hard month, never once asked the cold for permission to keep going. I used to distrust things that didn't change, thought steady just meant boring, meant nothing real. You never need a spring to prove you were alive. Stay green through every freeze I put you through. I know now that's not the absence of feeling, that's just love that decided not to be seasonal. I tested you more than I probably should have, watched to see if you'd finally go brittle like the rest. You just kept standing there, unglamorous, certain, while I learned the hard way what constancy actually cost. Nobody writes songs about the ones who don't leave. I think that's exactly why I'm writing this one now. You never need a spring to prove you were alive. Stay green through every freeze I put you through. I know now that's not the absence of feeling, it's just love that decided not to be seasonal. I finally stopped waiting for you to change colors, started trusting that you meant it to stay in. All of it took me longer than it should have to believe that some love just doesn't come with an expiration built in. Maybe I was always looking for fireworks when what I needed was standing right in front of me. Quiet, unchanging, easy to overlook, exactly because it never gave me a reason to worry. You never need a spring to prove you were alive, and I stopped needing proof. Finally, after all this time, I know now that's not the absence of feeling, that's just love, plain and steady, choosing to stay. Still green in December, still here in July. Some things just don't know how to leave. We used to lay flat in the grass for hours, not talking, just watching clouds do nothing at all. I didn't know yet that would be the memory I'd keep. Not the big days, just that ordinary wide open afternoon. No roof, no walls, nothing closing us in, just space enough for both of us to breathe easy. I go back there sometimes, not the place, just the feeling, that open, unhurried, nowhere else to be, kind of peace. I've been in 100 rooms trying to recreate it. Turns out I just needed grass, specific place. Maybe it was about being fully somewhere for once. No phone, no rush, just grass bending under two people who had nowhere better to be than exactly there. I go back there sometimes, not the place, just the feeling. And somehow that's enough to get through harder days. I've been in 100 rooms trying to recreate it, but some peace only grows in the field wide open, unbothered. The grass is probably still growing there, whether or not either of us ever goes back. There's a small clearing past the third fork in the trail. Nobody else seems to know about it, or nobody bothers. I found it by accident once, needing somewhere to just breathe. And I've been going back alone ever since, my own quiet secret. No one else's footprints most days. I go there, just mine, just the same patch of light coming through the canopy. I don't tell people about this place, keep it just for me. The one spot where nothing is required of me at all. No performing, no explaining, just sitting in the quiet, letting the trees hold whatever I'm not ready to say out loud yet. I go there when things get too loud in my own head. Sit on the same fallen log, let an hour pass without noticing. It doesn't fix anything, doesn't answer any real question. It just gives me a place to exist without needing to be okay yet. I thought about bringing someone there eventually, haven't yet. Not sure I'm ready to share the one unclaimed space I have. I don't tell people about this place, keep it just for me. The one spot where nothing is required of me at all. No performing, no explaining, just sitting in the quiet, letting the trees hold whatever I'm not ready to say out loud yet. I've cried there, laughed there, sat in total silence there. Done every version of processing a person can do alone. The trees don't ask follow-up questions, don't need me to explain. They just let the light shift slowly while I figure things out. Maybe everyone needs one place like this, unclaimed, unwitnessed. Somewhere close enough to reach, but far enough to feel separate. I found mine by accident, past a fork most people don't take. I hope you find yours too, wherever it happens to be hiding. I used to think healing needed witnesses, needed to be documented. You taught me this quiet clearing, taught me that some of it happens alone. Not performed, not shared, not even remembered clearly later. Just processed quietly in a place built for exactly that. I don't tell people about this place, keep it just for me. And maybe I never will, maybe that's exactly the point of it. No performing, no explaining, just sitting in the quiet, letting one small unclaimed space hold what I can't hold alone yet. I'm heading back there tomorrow, same luck, same light. Some things you just need a place to feel uninterrupted. It's been a long stretch of gray, longer than I expected. Mornings that all blur into the same flat, colorless hour. I stopped looking for anything bright a while ago. Figured bright wasn't really on the schedule for me right now. And then something small catches unexpected brief, just a flicker, barely anything, but it's there. It's not the sun coming back, not yet, not fully, just a glimmer small enough to almost miss completely. But I saw it, and for the first time in a long time, I let myself believe that dark doesn't mean forever. Someone said something kind that I actually believed. A text, a laugh, some small proof that connection's still possible. Nothing life-changing, nothing that fixes the whole picture. Just a flicker, just enough to make the gray feel less absolute. I learned not to trust the big promises anymore, but the small ones, the glimmers, those I'm starting to believe. It's not the sun coming back, not yet, not fully, just a glimmer small enough to almost miss completely. But I saw it, and for the first time in a long time, I let myself believe that dark doesn't mean forever. I used to need everything to change at once dramatically. Now I take the glimmers, collect them one at a time. Some days there's nothing, just gray, just heavy, quiet. Other days there's one small thing, and I let that be enough. I'm not asking for the whole sky to clear up yet. I know that's not how this works, not how any of it works. I'm just watching for the next flicker, patient now, trusting that they'll keep showing up if I keep looking. Maybe hope was never supposed to be a floodlight. Maybe it was always just meant to be small, intermittent, enough to keep walking by, not enough to blind you, just enough light to take the next step forward. It's not the sun coming back, not yet, not fully, but I'm collecting glimmers now, however small they come. And I let myself believe that dark doesn't mean forever, because even something small keeps flickering back. There's another one right now, barely there. I'm looking right at it, and that's enough for today. I saw you across the room before you saw me. 10 years since we last stood in the same space together. I almost turned around, almost let the moment pass. Then you looked up and it was too late to pretend I hadn't seen you. We hugged too long for two people who used to be strangers again. Too short for two people who used to know each other completely. 10 years of separate lives collapsed in that 1 second, like the distance had just been a formality all along. We talked for hours like no time had passed at all. And some for the first time, like everything had changed us both. You asked about things I forgot I told you back then. Small details, remember perfectly, kept somewhere all this time. I didn't remember half of what I apparently said to you, but you did. And somehow that felt like being handed back pieces of myself. We were different people now, obviously, visibly, but something underneath hadn't changed at all. Still fit. 10 years of separate lives collapsed in that 1 second, like the distance had just been a formality all along. We talked for hours like no time had passed at all. And some for the first time, like everything had changed us both. We didn't try to pick up exactly where we left off. Too much had happened, too many other people, other rooms. But we found a new place to stand together anyway. Somewhere between who we were and who we'd each become. I don't know if we'll stay close now, honestly, who knows? Life has a way of pulling people back into their separate orbits. But I'm glad it happened, glad the room was small enough, glad neither of us Some connection just waits quietly until you're back in range. I used to think time apart meant the bond had weakened. Turns out it was just dormant, ready the second we were face to face. 10 years of separate lives collapsed in that 1 second. And I don't think I'll ever take the kind of chance encounter for granted. We talked for hours like no time had passed at all. Proof that some people stay reachable no matter how far you drift. We exchanged numbers again, promised to not wait a decade. I actually believe we'll keep that promise this time. Every other room I've ever been in required something of me. Posture, performance, some version of myself edited for the audience. Your apartment was the first place that never asked for that. I could just exist there unedited and nothing bad happened. I didn't know what that kind of safety felt like before. Took me weeks to actually believe I could let my guard down there. You built a place where nothing about me needed fixing. Where tired was allowed, where quiet was allowed, where less was enough. I've been chasing that feeling in every room since, trying to find somewhere else that doesn't ask me to perform. I'd show up some days completely wrecked, no explanation ready, and you'd just make tea, not push, not need the whole story yet. Other people needed context before they'd offer comfort. You just offered it first, let the explaining come whenever, if ever. I think that's the rarest thing anyone's ever given me. Comfort without conditions, without needing to earn it first. You built a place where nothing about me needed fixing. Where tired was allowed, where quiet was allowed, where less was enough. I've been chasing that feeling in every room since, trying to find somewhere else that doesn't ask me to perform. I don't have that specific room anymore, obviously. New apartment, new walls, none of them quite feel the same yet. But I'm trying to build something like it here, slowly. Trying to make a place where I don't have to perform for myself either. Maybe that was the real lesson hiding in that old apartment, that the safety wasn't really about the walls or the address. It was about being fully allowed to be unfinished somewhere. Maybe I could build that feeling again even without you in the room. I used to think safety had to be given to you by someone else. You taught me what it felt like, and now I'm learning to build it myself. Not the same, not as easy, but possible. Apparently a place where nothing about me needs fixing. Made out of my own hands this time. You built a place where nothing about me needed fixing, and I carry the blueprint of that now wherever I end up living. I've been chasing that feeling in every room since, and slowly, finally, I'm learning how to build it on my own. I made tea today, sat in my own quiet, unedited. It's not quite the same, but it's something, and it's mine. I felt you pulling away months before you actually left. Small things first, shorter calls, slower replies to texts. I told myself it was just a phase, just a busy season. Didn't wanna believe the water was already leaving. You can't stop the tide from doing what it does, no matter how hard you dig your feet into the sand. I watched you recede a little more every single week. Learn to read the distance and the length of your goodnights. I didn't fight it as hard as maybe I should have. Some part of me already knew the shore was gonna be empty. By the time you actually actually said the words. I wasn't surprised, just relieved almost that the waiting part was finally over. Watching someone leave slowly is its own kind of exhausting. Worse than a sudden goodbye, worse than not seeing it coming. I used to wish you just done it fast all at once. Instead I got months of watching the water pull back inch by inch. I watched you recede a little more every single week. Learned to read the distance and the length of your goodnights. I didn't fight it as hard as maybe I should have. Some part of me already knew the shore was gonna be empty. I stood there a long time after you were fully gone, just looking at the wet sand, the outline of where you used to reach. It's been a while now, the sand's dried up completely, but I still remember exactly how far you used to come in. I don't wait for the tide to come back in anymore. Learned that some water just isn't built to return on schedule. I've made peace with the empty shoreline. Mostly most days still catch myself checking the horizon sometimes. Out of habit, maybe I'll love a tide that stays next time. Who knows? Maybe some water is just built differently, more constant. I'm not bitter about you leaving, not anymore. Honestly, I just learned something true about how some things are shaped. I watched you recede a little more every single week, and I let you in the end because fighting felt pointless. I didn't fight it as hard as maybe I should have, but maybe that was its own kind of love, just letting you go easy. The shore is dry now, has been for a while. I'm still standing here, just differently than before. I hear it before I see anything. That specific sound, fabric moving, someone shifting quietly in another room. I used to know exactly what it meant every single time. You get enough for water, you turning over in your sleep. You just there. The house is too quiet now without those small sounds filling it. I didn't know how much I relied on hearing you exist nearby. It was never anything, just fabric, just ordinary movement. But it meant you were close, man. I wasn't alone in the house. I missed the smallest sounds more than I expected to, honestly. The proof of you existing somewhere just out of sight. I wake up at 3 a.m. sometimes just from that quiet sound. You shifting in bed beside me, and I'd fall back asleep instantly. Comforted by something so small, I never once thought to name it until it was gone. And the silence where it used to be felt enormous. I play white noise now sometimes just to fill the gap. Never quite the same, never as specific, never actually you. It was never anything, just fabric, just ordinary movement. But it meant you were close, man. I wasn't alone in the house. I missed the smallest sounds more than I expected to, honestly. The proof of you existing somewhere just out of sight. I notice other people's small sounds now, hyper aware. A roommate's footsteps, a neighbor's TV through the wall. None of it is the same, none of it means what your sound meant. But I find myself grateful for any used to think love lived in the big moments, the declarations. Now I think it mostly lived in that specific ordinary rustle, the sound of someone existing nearby, not performing anything, just being there, close enough to hear, close enough to matter. It was never anything, just fabric, just ordinary movement. But I give almost anything to hear it again tonight. I miss the smallest sounds more than I expected to, honestly. The proof of you existing somewhere just out of sight. The house is quiet again tonight. No small sounds anywhere. I am listening anyway, just in case, just out of habit. I could draw you from memory without looking, honestly. The specific slope of your shoulder, the line of your jaw, in profile. I spent so long studying you, not on purpose, just naturally. The way you study anything you're quietly, completely in love with. Other faces blur together in my memory. Eventually yours never had a still sharp, still exact, still entirely itself. I know your shape better than I know most facts about myself. Every edge, every curve, memorized without ever trying to. I could find you in a crowd from the silhouette alone, recognize you from the outline before I ever saw your face. I see pieces of you in strangers sometimes, just fragments, a similar jawline, a familiar way someone's shoulders sit. It's never actually you, I know that, I'm not confused. It's just that your shape got so deep into my memory, it echoes. I used to think I'd forget the details eventually with time. It's been years now and somehow the outline just won't fade. I know your shape better than I know most facts about myself. Every edge, every curve, memorized without ever trying to. I could find you in a crowd from the silhouette alone, recognize you from the outline before I ever saw your face. I wonder if you remember mine the same way, my own shape, or if I faded faster in your memory than you did in mine. I don't need the answer, not really, not anymore. I just think about it sometimes, the strange asymmetry of memory. Someday maybe your outline will finally soften in my mind, blur into something less exact, less immediately recognizable. Part of me wants that, wants the relief of forgetting a little. Part of me wants to keep this specific, perfect memory forever. Maybe some people just leave a shape behind that doesn't fade, not because you're trying to hold on, just because they carved in deep. I didn't choose to remember you this clearly, this exactly, it just happened. The way certain outlines just refuse to blur. I know your shape better than I know most facts about myself, and I'm stop fighting that, stop trying to force it to fade. I could find you in a crowd from the silhouette alone, and maybe that's just what it means to have loved someone that completely. I saw your shape in a stranger today, just for a second, smiled instead of aching, and kept walking, and that felt like progress. It started with one small thing, barely noticeable, a missed call, a shorter text, a slightly colder goodnight. I told myself it was nothing, just a busy week. Didn't realize I was watching the first crack in the dam. One thing led to another before I even noticed the way water finds every weak point eventually. touched by the same slow unraveling. I tried to stop it partway through, plug the first hole, but water doesn't ask permission once it's already moving. I used to think endings happened all at once. Now I know most of them happen quiet, one drop at a time. It wasn't one big ending, it was 100 small ones, falling into each other until there was nothing left standing. I kept waiting for the moment I could point to and say that's when it broke, but it was already breaking long before that. I look back now and I can see the whole pattern, every small crack that led exactly to where we landed. It doesn't make it hurt less knowing how it happened, but at least I understand now. At least it makes some kind of sense. Maybe next time I'll catch the first crack sooner, notice the missed call before it becomes a pattern. Or maybe some things are always gonna cascade, no matter how early you try to intervene. It wasn't one big ending, it was 100 small ones, and understanding that doesn't undo any of the damage. But I'm watching closer now for the next relationship, for the first drop before it turns into everything. The water's still now, wherever it ended up. I'm just learning to notice it earlier next time. You never call me by my actual name much, always some ridiculous nickname that changed every few months. I used to find it silly, almost embarrassing at first. Now I give anything to hear one of those dumb names again. Nobody else gets to call me those things, they were yours, invented specific only to us. You made a whole language just for me, out of nothing, silly sounds that meant more than any real word could. I didn't know love could be built from something that ridiculous, until you kept doing it patient every single day. I called you something dumb too, something we never explained to anyone who asked. Just let it stay ours unshared. Other couples had normal pet names, sweetheart, baby. We had something stupider, something nobody else would understand. I think that was the point, actually looking back. A language small enough that only two people spoke it. You made a whole language just for me, out of nothing, silly sounds that meant more than any real word could. I didn't know love could be built from something that ridiculous, until you kept doing it patient every single day. I still catch myself almost saying it to someone else, catch it right before it slips out. Remember, it's not theirs to hear, it feels wrong somehow using it on anyone but you, like it will lose whatever made it mean something in the first place. Maybe someday I'll build a new language with somebody else, different sounds, different silliness, a whole new private world. But I don't think I'll ever fully retire the old one. Some words just get retired with the person who gave them meaning. I used to think love needed big words, poetry, declarations. You taught me it could just as easily live in something dumb, a name nobody else understood, said soft, said often, that turned out to be more honest than anything eloquent. You made a whole language just for me, out of nothing, and I still speak it sometimes quietly just to myself. I didn't know love could be built from something that ridiculous, but it was, and somehow it still is, even now. I said your name today, the real one, out loud, and for a second I missed the ridiculous one more. Not the ring, not the letters, just a movie ticket stub folded so many times the print's almost gone now. Nobody would know what it meant if they found it. Just a small torn piece of paper, unremarkable to anyone else. I don't even remember what movie we saw that night. I just remember not wanting to throw the ticket away after. I kept the smallest, strangest things instead of the big ones. The receipt, the coaster, the pressed flower gone to dust. Not because they're valuable, nobody else would want them. Just because my hands remember exactly what they mean. I have a whole box now, nothing photogenic in it. A bottle cap, a torn corner of a napkin with your handwriting. People would call it clutter if they ever saw it. I call it proof that something really happened once. I moved apartments 4 times since you left. That box comes with me every single time, unquestioned. I kept the smallest, strangest things instead of the big ones. The receipt, the coaster, the pressed flower gone to dust. Not because they're valuable, nobody else would want them. Just because my hands remember exactly what they mean. Someday I might finally go through it, let some things go. Not all at once, just maybe one piece at a time. Not because I'm ready to forget any of it, just because some memories don't need proof anymore to stay real. Maybe holding on to objects was never really about the objects. Maybe it was about having something to hold at all, and everything else about you became just memory. I needed something my actual hands could still touch. I keep the smallest, strangest things instead of the big ones. And I'm not sorry, even now, that I never threw them out. Not because they're valuable, nobody else would want them, but because they're proof, quiet proof, that all of it was real. The ticket's still in that box, still folded, still soft. Some things you just don't have it in you to throw away. You live 12 minutes away, now I checked. Close enough that we could still run into each other. I take different streets just to avoid that math. Close enough to hurt, too close to call it distance. It would almost be easier if you moved away completely. Instead you're just near enough to still feel like a maybe. You're not far, that's the strange part. You're right here, same grocery store, same coffee shop we used to share. I keep expecting to turn a corner and find you close enough, that ending this never quite feels finished. A friend saw you last week, said you look good. I didn't ask for details, didn't need to know more, but knowing you're just a short drive from where I sleep makes moving on feel like a decision I have to make daily. Some people get an ocean between them and their past. I just got a few miles of shared zip code proximity. You're not far, that's the strange part. You're right here, same grocery store, same coffee shop we used to share. I keep expecting to turn a corner and find you close enough, that ending this never quite feels finished. Maybe one day I'll run into you finally, and it won't feel like the whole world's stopping for a second. Maybe near will just mean near, nothing else attached. But that day hasn't come yet, and today isn't it either. I could move, start over somewhere you've never been, but part of me doesn't want to run from my own city. Maybe I just need to learn to hold both things, that you're close and that closeness doesn't mean unfinished. You're not far, I'm learning to let that be simple. Not every proximity has to mean something. Still open, I keep expecting to turn a corner and find you. And someday I hope that expectation stops meaning sleep. I'm not driving there, not tonight, not for a while. We used to lie on the hood of your car for hours, not saying much, just letting our eyes adjust to the dark. I never learned the constellations you point at, just liked how sure your voice sounded, naming things I couldn't see. I think I was more interested in watching you look up than actually finding whatever you were pointing toward. You taught me to look up when everything else felt too loud. Find something old enough to make my problems feel smaller. I still do it some nights. Car park somewhere quiet, still forget the names, still find comfort in the not knowing. You said the light we were seeing left those stars years ago. Some of them might not even exist anymore technically. I found that unsettling. You found it kinda beautiful, said it meant everything good outlasts itself a little. I think about that a lot now, more than I expected to. About things that keep reaching us long after they're gone. You taught me to look up when everything else felt too loud. Find something old enough to make my problems feel smaller. I still do it some nights. Car parked somewhere quiet, still forget the names, just to find comfort in the not knowing. I bought a cheap telescope after you left. Tried it once, wasn't the same without someone to point things out for me. I put it away eventually, went back to just looking up. No names, no facts, just the same old comfort of the dark. Maybe you're somewhere looking up at the same sky tonight. Different city, same stars, still naming things out loud. Maybe I like thinking that even if it's not really true, I like believing we're still under the same thing sometimes. You're a little like starlight to me now, honestly, still reaching me even though the source moved on somewhere else. I don't need you to still be exactly where you were. I just need to keep looking up, keep letting the old light land. You taught me to look up when everything else felt too loud, and I still do, and it still works even without you next to me. I still do it some nights. Car park somewhere quiet, carrying forward the smallest, best thing you left me with. The sky's clear tonight, actually really clear. I'm looking up, thinking of you the way I always do. We got lost on purpose that one weekend. Turned off every map, just followed whatever trail looked interesting. I was scared at first, hate not knowing where I am. You just laughed, said getting found again was half the fun. The trees didn't care that we didn't have a plan, just let us wander through without asking any questions. I learned something out there I still carry with me, that not every path needs a destination to matter. Some of the best hours of my whole life happened somewhere with no name, no map, nowhere we were trying to reach. You knew the names of trees, I never bothered learning. Pointed out birds mid-sentence like it was second nature. I used to think nature was just scenery, background. You taught me it was closer to conversation if you paid attention. I still can't identify half of what you showed me, but I remember the feeling of being taught something patiently. I learned something out there I still carry with me, that not every path needs a destination to matter. Some of the best hours of my whole life happened somewhere with no name, no map, nowhere we were trying to reach. I go back to trails sometimes now, alone deliberately, not to relive anything specific, just because it still feels good. The quiet out there is different from quiet indoors. Feels less empty, more like company. even by myself. I think about you every time I see a trail marker. Wonder if you're still getting lost on purpose somewhere. I hope you never stop doing that. I hope wherever you are, you're still choosing the unnamed path. Maybe that's what you actually taught me out there. Not the names of trees, but the value of not needing a map. Some life works better without a fixed destination. Just movement, just attention, just trusting wherever it leads. I learned something out there I still carry with me, that not every path needs a destination to matter. Some of the best hours of my whole life happened somewhere with no name, no map, nowhere we were trying to reach. I found a new trail last week. No plan, no map, thought of you the whole way and smiled anyway. There's a specific spot on my kitchen floor where the light lands every morning around 8. I didn't notice it until you pointed it out. Said it looked like something worth building a whole day around. You stand right in it just to feel the warmth, like sunlight was something you could collect, hold on to. You taught me to chase small warmth on purpose, not wait for happiness, just walk toward the light when it shows. I still stand in that spot most mornings, even now, even without you there to point out that it's happening. You said depression made everything feel great for years, until you started tracking lie instead of feelings. Found the specific hours the sun hit your window, built your whole schedule loosely around chasing it. I thought it sounded small, almost silly at first. Now I understand exactly what you were building for yourself. You taught me to chase small warmth on purpose, not wait for happiness, just walk toward the light when it shows. I still stand in that spot most mornings, even now, even without you there to point out that it's happening. I've started doing it in every place I've lived since, finding the spot, the hour, the warmth we're standing in. It's such a small practice, barely counts as a ritual, but it's got me through more hard mornings than anything else has. I wonder if you still do it wherever you are now, still tracking lights, still building small joy on purpose. I hope you do, I hope it still works for you. I hope the sun still finds you the way it used to find us both. Maybe joy was never supposed to be one big thing. Maybe it was always meant to be small, collected daily, a patch of warm floor, 8 in the morning. Nothing dramatic, just proof that something good still shows up reliably. If you look, you taught me to chase more warmth on purpose, and I still do, still stand there, still let it land on my skin. And in the spot most mornings, even now, carrying forward the smallest, best thing you ever gave me. The light's coming through right now. Actually, I'm standing in it thinking of you, and that's enough. I was so full of you, there wasn't room for anything else. Every thought eventually curved back around to your name. I didn't mind it then, thought that's just what love looked like. Didn't realize a cup that full eventually starts spilling. I poured everything I had into loving you completely. Didn't save anything back from myself, didn't think I needed to. I was overflowing with you right up to the very edge. No space left for my own thoughts, my own needs. It's my own name. I loved you ask how I was and not talk about you instead. Didn't have anything separate to offer, had given it all away. Thought that was devotion, thought that was how deep love worked. Didn't understand yet that a person needs to keep some of themselves. When you left, I didn't just lose you, I lost the whole cup. Had to learn how to fill myself back up with something that was mine. I was overflowing with you, right up to the very edge. No space left for my own thoughts, my own needs, my own name. I loved you until there was nothing left in the cup for me, and I didn't notice I was empty until you weren't there anymore. I fill the cup differently now, more carefully, more slowly. Leave room on purpose, don't let anyone take up the entire space. It's a harder way to love, honestly, more guarded maybe, but I don't disappear into people anymore, not completely. I still love big, still pour a lot in, I haven't changed that much. I just keep something back now, some part that stays only mine. It took losing everything to learn that lesson properly, that fullness isn't love if there's nothing left of you underneath it. Maybe that kind of overflowing love feels good while it's happening, but it's not sustainable, not something a person can survive long term. I loved you with everything, and I'd probably do it again, but I keep a little in reserve this time, just enough to still be someone. I was overflowing with you right up to the very edge, and I learned the hard way what happens when the cup empties out. I loved you until there was nothing left in the cup for me, and now I fill it slower, but at least I fill it for myself too. The cup's not overflowing anymore, just steady, just enough, and for the first time, some of what's in it is actually mine. You took yourself into the smallest space beside me. Knees pulled up, head found the exact right spot on my chest. I used to wonder how you got so comfortable so quickly, like my body was furniture you'd already memorized. Nobody had ever fit against me like that before, not perform, not pose, just naturally, easily settled in. You found your place against me, like it always belonged there. No adjusting, no awkward elbows, just immediate, easy fit. I miss that specific shape more than almost anything, the exact way you curled into the space I didn't know I was saving. Other people I've been close to since don't fit the same way. Too tall, too short, angles that never quite settle right. I try not to compare, try to let new shapes be their own thing, but my body still remembers exactly what used to fit. I didn't know comfort could be that specific, that physical, until I had it and then didn't, and understood exactly what was gone. You found your place against me, like it always belonged there. No adjusting, no awkward elbows, just immediate, easy fit. I miss that specific shape more than almost anything, the exact way you curled into the space I didn't know I was saving. I sleep differently now, sprawled out, taking up the whole bed. Tell myself it's freedom, tell myself I don't mind the extra space. Some nights that's even true, some nights I actually believe it. Other nights I curl into the shape you used to fill just to remember. maybe someday someone else will find that same spot. Fit against me the way you did, easy, unrehearsed, exact. I'm not closed off to that, I actually hope for it. I just haven't found the shape that matches yet, and that's okay. I used to think closeness had to be dramatic, had to be declared. You taught me it could just be quiet, could just be a body settling in. No big gesture, just proximity chosen again and again. Just someone deciding every night that this was exactly where they wanted to be. You found your place against me, like it always belonged there, and I've been leaving room for that fit ever since, just in case. I miss that specific shape more than almost anything, but I'm learning the space doesn't have to stay empty forever. The bed's still too big most nights if I'm honest, but I'm getting better at letting that be okay for now. I said something small to you once, barely thought about it. A passing comment, forgotten by me within the hour. You told me years later it changed how you saw yourself. I had no idea, no memory of saying it at all. It's strange realizing you left marks you don't remember leaving. That something so small to you meant everything to someone else. One small thing thrown in and it kept moving outward, past where I could see it, past where I even remembered. I don't know how far it traveled after it left my hands. I just know it moved something, somewhere longer than I expected. Someone did the same for me once, an offhand kindness. A teacher, a stranger, someone who probably forgot within a day. I still think about it sometimes, still feel the shape of it. Still don't know if they'd even remember saying it at all. Maybe that's how most real impact actually works. Quiet, unmeasured, moving long after the source forgets. One small thing thrown in and it kept moving outward, past where I could see it, past where I even remembered. I don't know how far it traveled after it left my hands. I just know it moved something, somewhere longer than I expected. I try to be more careful now, more intentional, knowing I might be leaving marks I'll never get to see. Not out of fear, just out of understanding finally that nothing I say just disappears the second it leaves my mouth. I wonder about all the ones I'll never hear about, the comments, the small kindnesses scattered without tracking. I hope most of them landed soft, landed useful. I hope they're still moving somewhere, doing something good. Maybe I don't need to know where all of it went. Maybe the not knowing is just part of how this works. You throw something small in, trust the water to carry it, and somewhere eventually it reaches shores you'll never see. One small thing thrown in and it kept moving outward, and maybe that's true for every small thing I've ever said. I don't know how far it traveled after it left my hands, but I believe now that it mattered more than I ever knew. I'm still throwing things in, still not tracking where they go, trusting finally that the water knows what to do with them. There are people you meet who just make sense immediately. No explaining required, no translating, no performing. I felt that the second you started talking, actually, like some part of me had been waiting to be understood exactly like this. I didn't have to simplify anything I said to you. You just already knew what I meant somehow, instantly. Something in you matched something already in me. Not identical, just tuned to the same frequency somehow. I've met 100 people since who were kind, were fine. None of them made the same sound when they were near me. You'd finish thoughts I didn't know how to finish myself. Say the exact word I've been circling for 5 minutes. It should have felt invasive, someone reading me that clearly. Instead it felt like finally being fluent in my own language. I've never had to work that hard to be understood since. Turns out that ease was rarer than I ever gave it credit for. Something in you matched something already in me. Not identical, just tuned to the same frequency somehow. I've met 100 people since who were kind, were fine. None of them made the same sound when they were near me. We didn't work out, that's the strange part of this story. Understanding someone completely doesn't guarantee forever. I think about that a lot. Being deeply known isn't always the same thing as being able to stay. I don't regret it though, don't wish I protected myself from being that understood, even knowing how it ended. Some connections are just worth having, even briefly, but knowing the resonance wouldn't be enough to keep us. Maybe that kind of matching only comes around once or twice. Maybe I stop comparing everyone new to that specific sound. Or maybe it'll happen again, different person, same frequency. I'm trying to stay open in case it does, without forcing anyone to fit. Something in you, not something already in me, and I'm grateful for it. Even now, even after everything, I've met 100 people since who were kind, were fine. And I'm still listening for that particular sound again. I hear it again. Someday I'll know immediately. I still remember exactly what that frequency feels like. It took losing you completely to finally see clearly how much of myself I blurred trying to fit around your shape. I spent so long confused about what I even wanted, until the confusion left with you and the picture came into focus. I hate that it took an ending to teach me this lesson, but I can't argue with how much clearer everything looks now. I see it plainly now, the parts that were never right. Not because you were wrong, just because we weren't the shape I needed. I spent years squinting at something I refused to look at directly. And now, finally, without you here, I can actually see. I thought love was supposed to be confusing, constant work. Thought the fog was just part of it, something everyone pushes through. Now I know real love doesn't require that much training. Now I know clarity was always supposed to be available if I'd let it. I'm not angry at you for the years I spent unclear. I think we were both just doing our best in the haze together. I see it plainly now, the parts that were never right. Not because you were wrong, just because we weren't the shape I needed. I spent years squinting at I make decisions faster now, trust myself more completely. Don't second guess every instinct the way I used to when we were together. I don't know if that's from losing you specifically, or just from finally being alone long enough to hear my own thoughts again. I hope you find your own version of this clearness too, wherever you are with whoever you're building something with now. I don't wish the fog on you, don't wish confusion on anyone. I just hope everyone eventually gets to see their life this plainly. Maybe clarity was never really about you being wrong for me. Maybe it was just about finally being willing to actually look. I avoided looking for a long time, scared of what I'd see. Turns out what I saw was just the truth, and the truth was survivable. I see it plainly now, the parts that were never right, and I'm grateful even through the grief for finally seeing it all. I spent years squinting at something I refused to look at directly, and now I don't have to squint anymore. Now I just see everything looks different in this kind of light. Sharper, simpler, finally exactly what it always was. We didn't do anything that day, that was the whole point. Just laid out on the grass, letting the sun do all the work. No conversation required, no plans, no agenda at all. Just two people existing in the same warm patch of afternoon. I used to think doing nothing was wasted time, unproductive. You taught me it might have been the most valuable hours I've had. I soaked you in the day the way skin soaks in sunlight. No rush, no performance, just slow, easy, demanding warmth. I've chased that specific kind of stillness in every season since, trying to recreate an afternoon that never needed recreating, just repeating. You fell asleep for a bit, I just watched you breathe. Didn't feel the need to fill the silence with anything at all. It was the most relaxed I think I've ever been with another person. Just being near you was enough, no additional effort required. I didn't know contentment could be that simple, that unearned. Just sunlight and your presence, nothing else needed for once. I soaked you in the day the way skin soaks in sunlight. No rush, no performance, just slow, easy, demanding warmth. I've chased that specific kind of stillness in every season since, trying to recreate an afternoon that never needed recreating, just repeating. I lie out in the sun alone sometimes now, deliberately try to access that same stillness without needing another person there. It's not quite the same, something's missing from the equation, but the sun still helps, still slows my thoughts down a little. I think about the day more than almost any other memory, not because anything happened, but because nothing needed to. Sometimes the best moments are the ones with the least content. Just warmth, just presence, just permission to simply exist. I used to measure good days by what got accomplished in them. That afternoon taught me some of the best ones accomplish nothing at all. Just warmth, just quiet, just someone worth doing nothing beside. I'm still trying to make more room for days like that. I soaked you in that day the way skin soaks in sunlight, and I don't think I've ever felt that specific kind of peaceful sense. I've chased I never got to the bottom, were you? Not really, not fully. Every time I thought I understood, there was another layer underneath. I used to find that frustrating, wanted a clear map of you. Now I think that depth was the whole reason I never got bored. Some people are shallow enough to know completely in a week. You took years and I still don't think I reached the floor of you. I couldn't fully measure how deep you actually went. Kept finding new rooms in you I never knew existed. I miss that most honestly, more than any specific memory. The endless discovering and never quite finishing knowing you. You surprised me even after a decade together. Some story I'd never heard, some fear you'd never mentioned. I used to think that meant you were hiding things from me. Now I think it just meant you were larger than any single conversation. I've dated people since who I understood within a month. Easier, simpler, but something in me missed the endless depth of you. I couldn't fully measure how deep you actually went. Kept finding new rooms in you I never knew existed. I miss that most honestly, more than any specific memory. The endless discovering and never quite finishing knowing you. I wonder what I never got to find, what depths stayed unexplored, what parts of you existed that I simply ran out of time to reach. That's the hardest part of losing someone that complex, knowing entire unmapped sections of them are just gone now, unreachable. I try to give people that same patience now, that same curiosity. Assume there's more beneath the surface even when it's not obvious yet. Not everyone has your depth, honestly not everyone needs to. But I keep looking anyway, in case I find someone else worth fully fathoming. I used to want easy, wanted someone I can know completely fast. You ruined that for me in the best possible way. Honestly, now shallow just feels unsatisfying. Feels like reading half a book. I'm still looking for someone with rooms I'll never finish exploring. I couldn't fully measure how deep you actually went, and I've made peace with never finishing that particular exploration. I miss that most honestly, more than any specific memory. The endless discovering, the depth I never got to fully reach. Some people you love completely and still never finish knowing you were like that. And I think I'm grateful even now for the mystery. Every winter we'd end up back on that same road. Nothing special planned, just the fire and the two of us. I never needed the trip, the plans, a big occasion. Just this, just you, just something warm between us. Other people chased excitement, chased somewhere new. We just kept choosing the same small warm room. You were never the adventure, you were the coming home from it. The place I always ended up, no matter where I'd been. I didn't need you to be thrilling, I needed you steady, and steady, it turns out, was the whole point all along. I come back from wherever life had pulled me, and you'd already have it lit, already have my spot saved. No questions about where I'd been or why I left, just roommate like. Staying gone was never really an option. I took that for granted longer than I should have. Thought a fire like that would just keep burning on its own. You were never the adventure, you were the coming home from it. The place I always ended around just to feel closer to that warmth. It's not the same without someone across from me, but I remember how it felt, and that still counts for something. Maybe I spent too long looking for something louder, not realizing the quiet thing was the rare one. Some people search their whole lives for exactly this, a warm room, a familiar face, nowhere better to be. You were never the adventure, you were the coming home from it. I understand